So if you do what you love to do, it's not really work. I've heard that, right? If you do what you love to do, it's not really work. Yes, you still have to, it's still going to be work, but it doesn't seem like it. Because whenever I talk about getting into, like they say, getting into the zone, or for me, I call it, flow, getting into flow, getting into the state of flow or a flow state. Is that work? That's whenever time does weird things, like hours go by, and it seems like only a few minutes. Let's say if you're sitting with a pretty girl holding her hand, that goes by very, very fast, right? D. I'm not screwing it up for us, girl. I'm telling you, we're gonna come around full circle. We're gonna rock that shit. But if you're sitting with a pretty girl holding her hand, the time goes by very fast. But if you're sitting there trying to help your kid do homework, the time goes by very slow. So that's one of the things that happens at work. If you do something that you love to do, the time goes by very fast. However, it's still work. And that's whenever I had this conversation with what do you call it, Chris Ryder. Now, Chris Ryder happens to be a super badass guitar player. And I'm thinking at this point in his life that he would be playing lead guitar and being on the cover of Hit Parader magazine with Chris Ryder and the Chris Ryder Dream Team, whatever you want to call him. But yeah, he's actually an operations manager and a roadie for different bands. And he's like, yeah, man, I do what I love to do, but it's still, he said, he tells me if you do what you love to do, it's never really work. You'll never really work a day of your life. And then he's calling me after a 12-hour shift, telling me how tired he is and stuff. And I'm like, so you do what you love to do, it's not really work. And I said, see, this is where you got fucked up, Chris, is that you're roadieing for all these other bands. I mean, freaking Korn and Breaking, I'm sorry, guys. Damn it. Korn and Breaking Benjamin and I don't know, Billy Joel and fucking the list goes on. Band of Horses, Die Antwoord, Zed's Dead, Dolly Parton. The list just goes on. I mean, the list just goes on. I'm like, dude, you're doing all the work for all of these other bands. And they're paying you to set their stuff up. And I'm like, fuck, dude, you should be paying people to set your stuff up. That's where it's fucked up. Because you should be out there on the tour bus right now, dude. You're doing what you love to do in a respect. But this is, what I'm thinking is that if you were that guy, you know what I'm saying, that was in the band, then these other motherfuckers would be setting shit up for you, and you would go on there and you play your 90-minute set or 60-minute set, and then you would have a few beers with the locals or whatever and party down, and then you would head on down to the next town. Now, that may not be the life that he chose, but that was definitely a life that might pay a little bit more. I don't know. It may pay less. It depends on. Business managers are a big thing in that thing too, man, because they'll fucking rob your ass blind. I've heard some stories about rock and roll and how everyone ends up with the artist's money except for the artist. And so, yeah, I don't know. Mad respect to old Chris Ryder, dude. I just, like I say, if he didn't have the talent, if he didn't have the tremendous amount of talent that I say that to be fucking lead guitarist in fucking Metallica, if he wanted to be, then I wouldn't encourage him to do it, That's all I'm saying. So you've got to use your brain. You gotta motherfucking trying to spread everything evenly between mind, body, and spirit. You gotta live for your mind. You gotta live for your body. You gotta live for your spirit. For your mind, I'm saying read a book. For your body, maybe work out. Get on the elliptical machine for 20 minutes. And for your spirit, maybe meditate. Go to church. Whatever you want to call it. And then if you're really lucky and you do some sort of a martial arts or yoga, then you're going to crisscross mind, body, and spirit. You put in some good food to feed your body, man, and fucking things change. Things could change. Good things definitely can happen because I mean, I'm living proof that you can live through addiction and being probably, I don't even want to try to think of how many times I was probably clinically dead. And I mean, passed out from taking handfuls of Vicodin pills. So, I mean, I'm blessed every single day. I'm a hero. I'm a fucking champ. I'm a champ. I'm talking every single day that I wake up because of the fact that I have been in some of those dark places. And I'm blessed that that's been also, almost 17 years ago, 16 years ago. And that, I haven't even had to think about crossing that motherfucking bridge again as far as pain pills go, taking Vicodin pills. And fuck, man, we're losing way, way, way too many people to that motherfucking pain pill addiction and opiates. It's terrible. It's horrible. And again, I'm just talking about Dr. Bruce, the mad respect he gave me, I told him straight up, man, I was addicted to those Vicodin pills, dude. And the last time I got them was from a dentist. So you can never, ever give me any opiates, no pain pills, no nothing, dude. I will take Motrin, or what, something like that. Give me some 800 milligram prescribed Motrin. That's it. I'm not taking any fucking thing else. And then you start to learn that, like, stress, worrying about stuff all the time, like, instead of trying to worry about being broke or not having this or that or hot water, I said, fuck it, I'm just going to work out. I'm going to turn that stress into energy and work out and then feel better about working out. My body maybe produce some of those endorphins, and at the end of the day, it worked. I mean, I feel better. It's just like I try to encourage you guys to do something, get that wheel moving, because once that motion is set forth, the more you the more you devote 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes to, your hobby or what you love to do. The next thing you know, you're doing it full time, and you can't worry about the dollar bills, man. That will come. The money will come once you're doing what you love to do. It's not like one day some guy's just going to walk up and hand you a bag of money, but the money will come. You got to use your brain. You got to make wise business decisions. But that being said, if you do what you love to do, use your brain, and not just doing what you love to do. Everyone definitely has a special talent. There's something that that you've tweaked that you can do that's just a little bit better than that next guy, but it's way, way, way better than a lot of people. And some people are just super fucking talented at writing, at art, and they're embarrassed. They might not want to share it. I mean, fuck, that's what inspires me to do the Robcast. Man, fucking get out there and live your dreams. Do what the fuck you love to do. Life is too short. Like, we've all got friends that just died in that car crash. They're not here. Their life fucking ended that day. Live for them. Do something fucking great in their name. And if that something great means cutting out sugar out of your life, or wanting to live a few years longer so that you can see your grandchildren grow up, or motherfucking starting your own business, doing what you love to do instead of chugging on that motherfucking company dick. But the one thing, guys, is that it definitely starts with you. You're the only motherfucker that can use your free will. That's you. And people that try to impose their will onto you, they just assume that you're weak-willed, right? And they are definitely weak-willed if they do that. So, fuck that. You don't have to impose your will onto other people. All you gotta do is what you love to do. Surround yourself with people that you would aspire to be. And when I say do what you love to do, you say, I love to grab pussy, Well, you never know. There might be a job for you in porno. You got to keep it to, like, what was it? I wish I could just get a job jerking off and playing video games, but that job is not. You got to be realistic also. You know what I'm saying? However, that fucking job probably exists. On Craigslist, there's probably a jerk off or video machine guy. I don't know. I would bet $1,000 you could find that on Craigslist. Someone that would pay you to go play a video game and jerk off. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about you got to use your best judgment. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be a car salesman, then you probably want to have some commuters, that need to get to work. If you're not going to sell very many cars in New York City in the inner city, because everyone just kind of takes a cab and it costs a lot to drive. However, if you're going to sell something in Texas, probably want to sell some trucks because people need to haul stuff when we go a long distance, right? So I don't know. If you're a good salesman, then you might want to think about what to sell, not just, whatever comes up. So yeah, if you do what you love to do, then it definitely, not that it isn't work, it is work, but where I differ my opinion on that is that you do get into the zone, or you do get into flow state to where your work means that time happens a little bit differently. Time tends to speed up whenever you're doing something that you love to do. And I always, even whenever I was like, you know how that some people at a job, they just like stand there and wait for the fucking day to end? And that's just, I mean, you could literally get away with that at some jobs. Just literally just fucking stand there for hours. Like, bum, what am I gonna do next? But for me, fuck that. I would want to be busy and be doing something to occupy my hands and my mind, because it would make time go by faster, if I was doing something. So that's why, I mean, I never ran into a problem with any of my jobs as far as productivity goes, or my attitude, my spirit. They all liked me. It was just the economy got fucked off. What? The weirdest place I've ever jerked? That's a weird fucking question, Flip. The weirdest place I've ever jerked off? I guess, dude, you're gonna punch me, but use your fucking sister. It was on your sister. I ain't lying, dude. I ain't even fucking lying, buddy. So yeah, just talking about doing what you love to do, man. And there are those people, right? There are those people, maybe they did want to go sit inside of a nasty ass chemical plant and turn a knob once every 40 minutes or some shit. But I think that's not the percentage of people that actually say that defines them and that they love it, and that's what they're all about. When I think that that's a little bit something that you need to look inside yourself. You know what I mean? That's not me. I could give a fuck less. I see the pride that they portray that's great, but what I don't like is the negativity that they portray at me, like I'm beneath them. Like the fact that, like say I have a 10-year-old motorcycle, but it's paid for and it's mine, right? But you have a $56,000 truck that the bank owns, so that makes you better than me. And in the Lord's eyes, I know that's the truth. That if your bank account has, a couple $100 more in it, and you drive a nicer car than me, then fuck yeah, you're just better than I am. I mean, that's just all there is to it. So what the fuck? I don't want to try to argue with that, okay? I mean, but I will tell you, when that truck's repossessed and the chemical plant closes those mag cells down, y'all remember that one, huh? Or oil prices fucking, or you get that one little leak. It only kills 6 people, but one of those guys happens to be you. Yeah, that's not, I mean, that chemical plant doesn't give a fuck. Yeah, they care about safety. They care about dollar bills, y'all. Dollar bills, y'all. And that's why people like me, creative people, stay in business, because we will continue to encourage you to do what you love to do, man. That's what I'm saying. I like the fact that people are proud. I just don't like the fact that, like, what the fuck? Like, you gotta haze people at work to be a man, quote unquote man. I gotta give you a hard time and tell you how big of a pussy you are. And I gotta tell you all these fucked up, stupid stories that everyone tells their different version of it, but this and that, and we're going to haze you and mess with you